Good afternoon, students. Today, this lecture is in continuation to a Unit 4 that we have started last week, that is file management, feature of operating system. Now, we've already covered the file attributes and what are files in file management. This lecture, we are going to talk about types of files and the file access methods. The last topic of our last lecture was the file operations, file attributes and the operations that can be performed on the file. Today, I'm going to tell you about how many types of files that can be maintained by an operating system and what are the file access methods. Start with types of files. Types of files, it refers to the ability of the operating system to differentiate various types of files like text files, binary files, and source files. However, operating systems like DOS and Unix has the following types of files. What are those? Character special file is the first category we are talking about. It is a hardware file that reads or writes the data character by character, like mouse, printer, and more the other devices. So they are character files, special files. Ordinary files, these types of files store user information. It may be a text file, executable programs, or databases. It allows the user to perform operations like add, delete, or modify. Next is the directory files. The directory contains files and other related information about those files. It's basically a folder to hold and organize multiple files. Next is special files. These files are also called device files. It represents physical devices like printers, disks, networks, flash drives, etc. So these are the special files. So also besides these files that are given by me, there are bitmap files, GIF files, docx files. So many files are there. Like all the txt files are notepad or wordpad files. Then you have doc files, that is your word document file. docx is for वर्जन 2007 ऑनवर्ड्स के जितने भी वर्ड के फाइल्स बनते हैं docx होते हैं. अप टू 2003 जो बने थे वो doc होते थे फॉर्मेट के. XLS same way is Excel spreadsheet up to 2003. XLSX is Excel 2007 onwards. PPT 2003 PowerPoint. 2007 PPT X is the file extension saved. GIF, PNG, JPG, these are all the graphics files. MP4 audio video files. So these are the different types of files that are supported by my system. MDB access files database. Now, after talking about the file types, let's talk about the file access methods. In this topic, we are going to look out for the various methods I can access a file contains. File access is a process that determines the way the files are accessed and read into the memory. Generally, a single access method is always supported by operating system, though there are some operating systems which also support multiple access methods. Now there are three file access methods: sequential access, direct or random access, or index sequential access. We look at each one of them one by one. To start with sequential access. In this type, the file access method, the records are accessed in a certain predefined sequence. Sequential access जो अभी हम PDF read कर रहे हैं, page 1, फिर page 2, फिर page 3, फिर page 4. So sequentially, I'm reading all the pages. So this is known as sequential access. In sequential access method, information stored in files is also processed one by one. Most compilers access files using this access method. We have just look at this diagram given to you. Here, this is a hard disk structure. We'll look at the structure of the hard disk at later few sessions. Now, these are the tracks. Each track, as said, is divided into sectors. तो ये यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, sector 4 इस तरह से different sectors में divided होता है. और हर sector में you have blocks. One block is of 512 bytes. So this is one sector is 512 bytes का एक sector होता है जिसको कि हम block बोलते हैं. ठीक है, 10th, 15th, 11th, 13th ये फाइल के ब्लॉक से जो स्टोर्ड है. Information in the file is processed in order, one record after another. Magnetic tapes are supporting this type of file access. For example, consisting of 100 records, the current position of read-write head is at 45th record. Suppose we want to read the 75th record. और अभी हम 40 मतलब एक तरह से ऐसे समझो हम 75th पेज पढ़ना चाहते हैं और अभी 45th पेज पे, तो हम उड़ के तो नहीं जा सकते, तो मुझे स्क्रॉल डाउन करना ही पड़ेगा 45 to 75. So then it is accesses sequentially from 46, 47, 48, 49 to dot dot 73, 74, and then 75. So the read-write head traverses all the records between 45 to 75 in sequential access method. टेप ड्राइव्स में ये होता था. अगर हम रैंडम एक्सेस की बात करें तो रैंडम एक्सेस जो होता है वो हार्ड डिस्क में होता है, तभी हार्ड डिस्क की एक्सेसिबिलिटी टेप ड्राइव्स की कंपैरिजन में फास्ट होती है. The random access method is also called direct random access method. This method allows accessing the record directly. Each record has its own address onto which can be directly accessed for reading and writing. Direct access is also called relative access. In this method, records can read-write randomly without any order. A direct access file allows arbitrary blocks to be read or written. For example, a disk consisting of 256 blocks. The current position of read-write head is on 95th block. The block to be read or written is 250th block. Then we can access this 250th block directly without any restriction in random access. So the example is CDs. अगर हम पुराने ज़माने के ऑडियो कैसेट टेप्स की बात करें तो वहाँ पे 5th सॉन्ग सुनना है और हम 1st सॉन्ग पे हैं, तो हमें बाकी 4 सॉन्ग्स को फास्ट फॉरवर्ड करना पड़ेगा या डेलिबरेटली सुनना पड़ेगा 5th तक पहुँचने के लिए. जबकि सीडीज में ऐसा नहीं होता, हम ट्रैक्स प्ले कर सकते हैं. हम फर्स्ट ट्रैक है, फिर मुझे 7th ट्रैक पसंद है, फिर मुझे 20th ट्रैक पसंद है, तो आई कैन इजीली मूव ऑन टू 7th and 20th ट्रैक directly. So the next example is CD consisting of 10 songs. Suppose we are presently at listening to song number 3. We want to listen song number 9. We can shift directly from 3 to 9 without any restriction. So that was random or direct access. And the third type of access is index sequential access. Databases में use होता है बहुत. In this type of accessing method is based on simple sequential access. In this access method, an index is built for every file with a direct pointer to different memory blocks. तो आपकी बुक्स में, आप लोग बुक्स पढ़ते हैं, बुक्स में आगे इंडेक्स होता है. ओके, इंडेक्स जहाँ पे आपके चैप्टर्स और चैप्टर्स के आगे उनके पेज नंबर्स लिखे होते हैं. सपोज मैं इस वक्त 3rd चैप्टर पर हूँ और मुझे 7 चैप्टर पढ़ना है. अगर पेज नंबर का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं होता तो मुझे 3rd चैप्टर से 7 चैप्टर के बीच के सारे पेजेस को फ्लिप करके ढूंढना पड़ता. बट क्योंकि इंडेक्स है हमारी बुक्स में, so I know from which page number onward 7th chapter starts. I can easily directly move on to that particular page number where the 7th chapter starts, and I can read it with the help of the index provided in the beginning of the book. So that was the working of index. Sequential है सब कुछ sequential में, page number is sequential order, but हर पेज चैप्टर के लिए there is an index कि कहाँ से कौन सी फाइल के कंटेंट्स शुरू हो रहे हैं, तो उसका हमने एक इंडेक्स मेंटेन किया हुआ है, which helps me in navigation. In this method, the index is searched sequentially and its pointer can access the file directly. Multiple levels of indexing can be used to offer greater efficiency of access. It also reduces the time needed to access a single record. I've just given you this diagram. You can see here. Suppose I want to read the 56th record. तो 56th record हमें कहाँ मिलेगा, उसका पेज नंबर क्या होगा, तो वो हमें इस इंडेक्स, मास्टर इंडेक्स है, मेरे को मालूम है 56 किस रेंज में आएगा. 56 आएगा 50,000 to 60,000 की रेंज में. मैंने यहाँ से पेज नंबर लिया, इससे मुझे इस पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स टेबल, सेकेंडरी इंडेक्स टेबल का लिंक मिला. फिर यहाँ पे 50, 51, 51 to 52 ये नहीं है, मेरी रेंज कहाँ आएगी 55 to 56 के बीच में, तो मैंने ये रेंज मिली और इसके आगे लिखा हुआ पेज नंबर मुझे मिला, means that is an index number, right, to which I'll get the file content. So I'll straight away read this track number and I'll move on to that index so as to read the contents of that particular index number. So this was system indexing, sequential file. Suppose a file consisting of 60,000 records. The master index divides the total records into 6 blocks, each block consisting of a pointer to a secondary index. The secondary index divides 10,000 records into 10 indexes, each index consisting of a pointer to its original location. Each record in the index file consisting of two fields, a key field and a pointer field. जो ये दो कॉलम दिख रहे हैं ना, ये पहला जो है ये की फील्ड है और ये जो दूसरा ब्लैंक कॉलम दिख रहा है ये पॉइंटर फील्ड है. यहाँ पे पॉइंटर एड्रेस होगा उस पर्टिकुलर फाइल का. Suppose we want to access the 55,550th record, then the file management system accesses the index that 50,000 to 60,000. This block consisting of a pointer, this pointer points to the sixth index of the secondary index. This index points to the original location of the 55,000 to 56,000. From this, it follows the sequential method. That's why this method is said to be index sequential file. For example, as I said, airline reservation system, that is databases. कोई भी database हो, it is based on index sequential access. So I hope file access methods and types of files are clear to each one of you. That's all for today. Thank you.